The US-China rivalry has moved far beyond the traditional arenas of trade disputes and military posturing. Now, global tourism has emerged as a surprising new battleground, where influence is measured not just in dollars, but in the movement of people and ideas. Where people choose to vacation is increasingly seen as a reflection of economic strength and cultural appeal, a subtle but powerful indicator of global sway. The flow of international visitors is a potent measure of soft power, shaping perceptions and forging connections across borders. For decades, the US reigned as the world's top destination, drawing millions to its vibrant cities, natural wonders, and iconic landmarks. This steady influx brought billions into the US economy, supporting jobs and reinforcing America's image as an open, welcoming, and desirable society. But China's rapid rise as a global power has dramatically changed the game, challenging the US's long-held dominance in tourism. Today, airports and tourist hotspots in both countries reflect a new contest for global influence, with each nation vying for the attention and spending of international travelers. Both the US and China now use tourism as a strategic tool of statecraft, recognizing that every visitor is an asset in a much larger geopolitical game. Even booking a holiday can become a political statement, with real consequences for national economies and the delicate balance of international relations. In 2025, global travel patterns no longer point exclusively west. China's pull is growing stronger, attracting visitors from every continent. The battle for international tourists has become a key indicator of who's winning the 21st century contest for global leadership and influence. This shift in tourism reveals just how deeply the US-China rivalry is shaping our world, influencing not only economies but also the way people experience and understand different cultures. Let's explore how this transformation happened, and what it could mean for the future of travel, power, and the global balance of influence. The US-China trade war quickly spilled into tourism, adding a new layer to an already tense economic standoff. When the US imposed steep tariffs on Chinese goods, China retaliated, not just with tariffs but by quietly steering its tourists away from America, sending a clear message without a single official decree. State media painted the US as unsafe, amplifying stories of crime and unrest, while travel agencies began to promote friendlier, more welcoming destinations to Chinese travelers. The Chinese government encouraged spending abroad in countries aligned with Beijing, isolating the US market and strengthening ties with its own allies. The result: Chinese tourist numbers to the US plummeted, leaving airports and attractions noticeably emptier. These visitors were among the world's highest spenders, so their absence hit hard, especially for luxury retailers and hotels that had come to rely on their business. The travel bans weren't official laws, making them hard to challenge or even directly address in diplomatic talks. China weaponized its growing middle class, using their travel habits as a powerful form of economic leverage on the world stage. By redirecting tourists, Beijing could reward allies and punish rivals. No sanctions or shots fired, just a quiet but effective shift in spending. The US, focused on traditional trade, underestimated tourism's strategic value, missing how travel could be used as a diplomatic tool. It failed to see how much its service economy relied on foreign visitors, especially from China, whose spending fueled jobs and growth in countless cities. The tariff war had become a battle for influence in the skies and hotels, with airlines and hospitality chains caught in the crossfire. Tourism had become a new front in economic warfare, reshaping global alliances and the fortunes of entire industries. The sharp drop in Chinese visitors to the United States dealt a major blow to the US economy, sending shockwaves through cities and towns alike. Hotels in cities like New York and LA saw occupancy rates fall dramatically, with many rooms left empty night after night. Luxury retailers lost their best customers, as Chinese tourists are known for their love of high-end shopping and big-ticket purchases. Even small towns felt the pinch, as local shops and attractions saw fewer visitors. Airlines cut routes, grounded planes, and profits tumbled across the board. The loss of these high-spending tourists rippled through the entire travel industry, from tour operators to guides and beyond. Billions in revenue vanished, money that supported countless jobs, local businesses, and essential public services. The US government's focus on manufacturing overlooked the massive value of tourism as a service export, which brings in foreign money and supports communities nationwide. The empty hotels and quiet malls became symbols of a costly miscalculation, visible reminders of lost opportunity. Protecting American industries with tariffs ended up hurting another vital sector: tourism. Without many realizing it at first, businesses scrambled to attract domestic or alternative international travelers, launching new promotions and deals to fill the gap. But none matched the spending power or enthusiasm of Chinese tourists, who had become a driving force in the market. The experience was a harsh lesson. Economic strength isn't just about making things, it's about being a place the world wants to visit, explore, and invest in. In a globalized world, soft power and tourism are deeply intertwined, shaping perceptions and building bridges between nations. The US learned that losing tourists means losing influence, opportunity, and a vital part of its economic engine. While US tourism faltered, China opened its doors wider than ever. The government simplified visas, built new airports, and invested in high-speed rail and hotels. China launched a global campaign to showcase its culture, history, and modern cities. Tourists who once chose the US were now drawn to the Forbidden City, or Shanghai's skyline. A key move, promoting the yuan for international travel. China set up yuan-based payment networks, making spending easy for visitors and boosting its currency's global status. This financial ecosystem bypassed the Western-led system, building new economic alliances. As a result, China's inbound tourism soared, fueling growth in hospitality and retail. By 2025, China was both a top source and destination for global travelers. Tourism became a powerful engine for China's economy and global standing. The world was now looking east for its next adventure. As China redirected its tourists, other nations, especially BRICS partners, reaped the rewards. Brazil, Russia, India, and South Africa saw a surge in Chinese visitors, boosting their economies. The Chinese government encouraged this shift with travel packages and better flight connections. Local businesses thrived and new jobs were created. This wasn't just about tourism, it was a broader shift in economic activity away from the West. Yuan-based transactions made travel seamless, strengthening economic ties. The BRICS countries capitalized on US-China tensions, attracting a valuable market. The redirected tourist flow signaled a new economic geography, with emerging powers trading and traveling more with each other. The world's travel map was being redrawn. Changing travel patterns signaled a profound shift in soft power. For years, America's culture and openness drew people from around the world. Tourism was a vote of confidence in the American dream. As that desire faded, America's global appeal weakened. China, meanwhile, built its own soft power, promoting its culture, hosting global events, and welcoming tourists. Positive experiences in China changed perceptions, recasting it as a dynamic, attractive nation. Countries benefiting from Chinese tourism grew more aligned with Beijing's interests. Economic incentives made them more likely to support China on the world stage. America's traditional allies began to question their reliance on Washington. By 2025, the global balance of soft power had shifted. China used tourism to enhance its image and build alliances. The contest for influence was now about storytelling and attraction, not just military or trade. The choices of millions of travelers were shaping the new world order. In 2025, the global travel map tells a new story. The US is no longer the center. China and other rising powers are now magnets for tourists. This isn't a passing trend, it's a fundamental shift in global influence. Airlines, hotels, and investors have pivoted to emerging markets. The US tourism industry must now compete in a crowded, multipolar world. Leadership today is about being open, connected, and attractive, not just powerful. The US learned that isolation can backfire in an interconnected world. The flow of tourists is a barometer of global engagement. The unipolar era is over. Power is now more diffuse. Changing travel patterns reveal shifting alliances and a new era of competition. The future of global power is being written not just in Washington, but in Beijing and beyond.